Welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. This time, we're going to be exploring the world of Sam the Succinate Sheepdog. Now, these stories might be framed as children's tales,
Mm-hmm.
but they actually tackle some pretty complex themes about health and healing
Right.
that I think are relevant to all of us.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating is how Sam's world sort of cleverly satirizes our own healthcare system.
Right.
It highlights the often overlooked power of the body's natural healing abilities,
Yeah.
and it really questions our reliance on these synthetic solutions.
Exactly. In Sam's world, it's all about the hammers, these synthetic interventions
Right.
that are marketed as these cure-alls.
Mm-hmm.
And they're made from this substance called irony,
Uh-huh.
mined in the town of Truth,
Okay.
which was formerly known as Pewtown.
Interesting.
The irony, of course, being that natural molecules like Sam himself
Mm-hmm.
are often more effective and less toxic,
Right.
but they get sidelined because they can't be patented.
Yeah, it really makes you think, how the system incentivizes what's profitable,
Right.
not necessarily what's best for health.
Exactly.
And this bias towards synthetics is deeply embedded in the very language of healing.
Yeah.
The armamentarium, this powerful regulatory body,
Right.
controls curative language,
Yeah.
essentially dictating what can be considered a legitimate cure.
Wow.
And guess what? Only synthetics make the cut.
Oh, wow. So it's like they've created this illusion of choice where patients think they have options, but
Exactly.
those options are really limited
Yeah.
to this pre-selected list
Right.
of synthetic interventions.
Mhm.
So what happens when a system designed to heal becomes more focused on control and profit?
Yeah.
What are the implications for our own health choices?
Well, that's the crux of the issue, I think. In Sam's world, we see the unintended consequences of this bias play out
Yeah.
in a way that's both humorous and alarming.
Right. And things get even more interesting with the introduction of the Greater Good Initiative, or GGI. And they're all about pushing the boundaries of these genetic technologies like CRISPR with the aim of improving human health. But their approach raises some serious ethical questions, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The GGI, while seemingly well-intentioned, I think represents a form of mission creep.
Yeah.
Where bureaucracy, even when it's made up of well-meaning individuals,
Right.
can make decisions that ultimately benefit the system itself,
Oh, wow.
rather than the people it claims to serve.
So we have this clash between the GGI pushing for these technological advancements and the armamentarium clinging to its regulatory power
Right.
over this existing system of synthetic cures.
Exactly.
And Sam, representing the natural world, is caught right in the middle
Yeah, he's caught in this power struggle.
of this power struggle. Now, I'm curious about something. We've been talking about these synthetic hammers, but how do they actually work in the body? Why is this bias towards them so potentially problematic?
That's a crucial point. You see, the issue with synthetics isn't just about their potential side effects.
Okay.
It's about their fundamental inability to participate in the body's intricate feedback loops.
Oh.
These loops are essential for the body to adjust its responses in real time,
Okay. Yeah.
often involving hundreds of beneficial responses throughout the body.
So even if a synthetic molecule triggers a specific receptor, it's not communicating with the body in this holistic way.
Precisely. It's like trying to force a square peg into a round hole.
Okay.
Synthetics disrupt the delicate balance
Got it.
of the body's natural communication systems.
This reminds me of how the stories use this pool of wisdom as a metaphor for this intricate communication network. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, the pool of wisdom is a brilliant way to visualize the body's signalum.
Okay.
Imagine a calm saltwater pool reflecting the chemical makeup of human plasma.
Okay.
This pool represents the environment where natural molecules like samsuccinate flow effortlessly, communicating and correcting imbalances.
And the synthetic molecules can't quite join that pool party, can they? It sounds like they kind of disrupt that flow.
Exactly. They're like oil trying to mix with water.
Okay.
They create a disturbance but can't truly integrate into that delicate balance of the pool, which represents the body's signalome.
So even if a synthetic seems to work in the short term, it could be causing a cascade of these unintended consequences by disrupting this delicate communication network.
That's the concern, and it's often overlooked
Right.
because the focus is on immediate, measurable outcomes rather than the long-term impact on the body's complex systems.
This is really making me rethink how I view health and the interventions we often take for granted.
And we're just scratching the surface here. As we dive deeper into Sam's world, we'll uncover even more about the hidden costs of our obsession with these synthetic solutions.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be fun. let's delve a little bit deeper into this idea of the signalome. Think of it as this vast network of communication pathways within your body. Molecules are constantly sending and receiving messages.
Right.
It's how your cells talk to each other,
Right.
coordinate actions, and maintain balance.
So it's like the internet of the body.
That's a great analogy.
Okay.
And just like the internet, this signalome relies on clear, accurate communication
Right.
for everything to function smoothly.
But as we discussed, synthetic hammers disrupt this communication, don't they?
Exactly. They're like spam messages flooding your inbox, creating noise and confusion.
Oh, wow.
Well, they might trigger a response.
Okay.
It's not the kind of nuanced, integrated communication that the body needs for true healing.
This reminds me of how the GGI's gene editing technology plays into all of this. They're essentially trying to rewrite the body's code.
Right.
At the most fundamental level, aren't they?
That's right. And that's where things get even more complicated.
Oh, wow.
The GGI believes they can improve humanity by manipulating genes, but they often fail to consider the potential consequences of disrupting the signalome.
I see what you mean. It's like trying to fix a software bug by randomly changing lines of code without understanding the overall program.
Precisely.
You might fix the initial problem, but you're likely to create new unforeseen errors.
Exactly. It highlights the potential dangers of approaching health from a purely technological perspective.
So where do natural therapies fit into all of this? The stories mention natural agonists as a potential solution.
That's where the armamentarium surprisingly might be on the right track.
Oh!
Even if unintentionally.
Okay.
The stories suggest that they eventually realize the potential of natural agonists. These are molecules that already exist in the body
Okay.
and can effectively regulate its various receptors.
So instead of creating synthetic hammers, we could be focusing on supporting the body's own healing agents.
Exactly. It's about working with the body,
Right.
not trying to override its natural processes.
That makes a lot of sense. It seems like we've been so focused on fighting disease that we've forgotten of the power of supporting the body's own healing mechanisms.
That's a key takeaway from Sam's world,
Yeah.
and one that has profound implications for our own healthcare system. What if, instead of relying on synthetic quick fixes,
Right.
we focused on empowering the body to heal itself?
It's a radical thought, but one that I'm starting to embrace more and more.
It raises the question, could a paradigm shift like the one hinted at in Sam's world actually occur in our own reality? Is it possible to break free from the grip of the hammers and embrace a more natural, holistic approach to health?
That's a great question, and I think it's one that we need to seriously consider. But how do we even begin to shift the paradigm? What are some concrete steps we can take?
Well, the stories offer some interesting clues. Firstly, there's the growing understanding of the signalome and the body's intricate communication networks. We need to move beyond simply targeting symptoms and start thinking about how interventions impact the body's overall communication system.
That seems crucial.
Then there's the rediscovery of natural agonists like Sam the Succinate
Right.
and their ability to regulate the body effectively. We need to invest in research and development of these natural solutions.
That's a promising area for sure.
And finally, there's the increasing popularity of approaches like hormesis and conditioning medicine. These approaches use controlled stressors like temperature changes or fasting to trigger an adaptive response in the body.
So instead of always trying to protect the body from stressors, we can actually use them to strengthen it.
Exactly. It's about building resilience, not fragility.
This is giving me a whole new perspective on how to approach my own health.
I'm glad to hear that. Remember, it's about empowering yourself to make informed choices and to advocate for a healthcare system that prioritizes true healing, not just profit.
I'm definitely feeling inspired to learn more about these natural approaches.
That's fantastic. The more we educate ourselves, the better equipped we'll be to navigate the complex world of health and make choices that support our well-being.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful. I feel like I've gained a whole new understanding of the interconnectedness of the body and the importance of working not against its natural healing mechanisms.
And that's what Sam's journey is all about. It's a reminder that true healing is a holistic process, one that requires us to respect the body's wisdom and support its innate ability to thrive.
So to wrap up this deep dive, we leave you with this thought. What if the key to better health lies not in overriding the body with synthetic solutions, but in understanding and supporting its natural processes.
What if the true path to healing lies not in disruption and control, but in harmony and balance?
Right.
Keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep seeking out those natural solutions. The power to heal lies within each of us.
You know, it strikes me that this struggle between natural and synthetic approaches to health isn't just a scientific debate.
Right. Yeah.
It feels like a reflection of like a larger societal conflict.
Yeah, that's a keen observation.
Yeah.
You see, on one side, we have the GGI embodying this technocratic worldview that equates progress with control and manipulation. They see the human body as a machine to be engineered and optimized.
While on the other side, we have these advocates for natural therapies, like Sam the Succinate Sheepdog, representing a more holistic and interconnected perspective.
Precisely. They understand the body as a complex ecosystem
Right.
that thrives on balance and harmony.
So it's not just about which approach is more effective.
Right.
It's about what kind of future we envision
Yeah.
for ourselves and our health.
Exactly. Do we want a future where technology dictates our health?
Right.
Or one where we work in partnership with our body's natural wisdom?
And this conflict is playing out right now in our healthcare system.
Absolutely.
You know, we're constantly bombarded with messages about these pharmaceutical breakthroughs,
Right.
while the potential of natural therapies is often dismissed or relegated to the fringes.
It's a prime example of the hammers dominating the narrative. The focus remains on what can be patented, controlled, and profited from,
Right.
not necessarily what truly serves human well-being.
It's interesting, though, how even the armamentarium, this symbol of synthetic dominance, is forced to reconsider its approach in Sam's world.
Yes.
You know?
The threat posed by the GGI and their radical gene editing technology forces the armamentarium to confront the limitations of synthetics.
Yeah.
To survive, they realize they must embrace a best-for-humans model
Right.
that prioritizes harmony and non-toxicity.
So even the most entrenched systems can evolve when their survival is at stake.
Exactly.
Perhaps this offers a glimmer of hope that a paradigm shift towards these natural therapies is possible in our own world.
It certainly suggests that change is possible.
Yeah.
And the stories highlight key elements that could drive such a shift.
Like what?
Well, we're seeing a growing understanding of the signalome and the body's intricate communication networks. We're rediscovering natural agonists and their remarkable ability to regulate the body effectively. And approaches like hormesis and conditioning medicine are gaining traction.
It feels like the pieces of a new paradigm are starting to fall into place.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And the character of Artie provides another important layer to this story.
Right. He's portrayed as this well-meaning individual working within the system, but seemingly oblivious to the harm it perpetuates.
Artie represents those who benefit from the status quo
Right.
and therefore remain blind to its flaws.
It's like he's trapped in a bubble.
In a way, we all face this challenge.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in our routines and accept the systems that govern our lives without questioning their underlying assumptions.
So how do we break free from these bubbles?
Yeah.
How do we cultivate awareness of the potential harm that even well-intentioned systems can inflict?
That's the crucial question.
Yeah.
It begins with curiosity, with a willingness to question what we take for granted.
Right.
It's about seeking out diverse perspectives, listening to those marginalized by the system, and acknowledging that our current understanding might be incomplete.
It sounds like a journey of continuous learning and self-reflection.
Precisely. And it's a journey we must undertake if we aspire to create a world where health is defined by more than just profits and control.
Well, this deep dive has been incredibly thought-provoking.
Good.
It's given me a whole new perspective on the complexities of our healthcare system and the potential for change.
Remember, this is just the beginning of the exploration.
Yeah.
Sam's world offers valuable insights that we can apply to our own lives and decisions.
Yeah.
It reminds us that we have the power to shape the future of health both individually and collectively.
So to our listeners, we leave you with this. What if the key to better health lies not in overriding the body with synthetic solutions, but in understanding and supporting its natural processes?
What if the true path to healing lies not in disruption and control, but in harmony and balance?
Keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep seeking out those natural solutions. The power to heal resides within each of us.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time.